One of the biggest things that a lot of people don't practice when it comes to shooting, especially if you go to an indoor range to practice shooting or an outdoor range that doesn't let you do a lot of things, is actually drawing from a holster. And that's a big problem if you're someone that's actually carrying a gun once you leave your home. You're not just having a gun for home defense, but you're actually putting up, a handgun on your body, on your person, to be able to defend yourself. You're gonna put it in a holster. You should be putting it in a holster. And so you should know how to and be practicing drawing out from that holster. So here we're going to show some simple steps to do that. We're going to be showing first just simple by steps outside the waistband, in an outside the waistband holster, and then we'll look at inside the waistband, the same location, and then looking at how I normally conceal carry at the appendix inside the waistband. So first off, we're in here a T-Rex Arms holster. This holster they actually don't make anymore. I got it when they really first started getting big and things like that. But they have a ton of really good holsters that are inside the waistband, holsters that I recommend for concealed carry. I have and we run personally here at Bird Tactical. So here we go. This is how we're going to be drawing a holster. First, just looking at simple outside the waistband, really showing the simple steps. So something's going on, whatever. We're drawing a holster. We're dropping our hands down. When we're thinking about this, we're going to be using both hands. So whichever side you're running your handgun on, you're dropping your dominant hand down on the grip of the handgun. Your support hand is kind of just coming up and touching basically your abdomen area, around your belly button, something like that, so that once you're getting this grip and you're actually drawing out, the support hand can have that quick meeting and that marriage, as a lot of people call it, onto your handgun as you're extending out to shoot. So you're dropping your hands down here. I'm getting a good grip here in the holster. While the handgun is still in the holster, I want to get a good, almost perfect grip before I'm even drawing it out. So once I get this grip, I'm going to just pull it straight up out of the holster. And then all I'm thinking about is my elbow. I'm just dropping my elbow. So just drop your elbow, and that's going to then have your gun oriented towards that threat that's in front of you, okay? So I'm coming from out of the holster, and I'm dropping the elbow. Just simple like that. And from here, I'm not then bringing it more up in front of my eyes or something like that. I don't need to do that. Once I'm extending it out, I'm going to be able to have my sights getting in line with my line of sight. So I'm just having it right here. As soon as the elbow is dropped, I'm going to start extending out. But remember, the support hand is coming up to have that marriage, and it's meeting it pretty quickly while before it's getting fully extended out, so that then I extend it out, and then we know my arms are extended out, and I'm coming up, standing straight up, and looking down, my sights down at the threat. Simple like that. And then from there, obviously, we're putting our handgun, or we're putting our trigger finger on the trigger and actually pulling the trigger to shoot. So look at this again. Simple, very easy. I'm dropping both my hands down, getting a good grip of the hand here with my dominant hand, the support hand, getting around the abdomen area, drawing it straight up and out. I'm then dropping my elbow, simple, to orient it towards the target. And then as soon as I start slowly extending out, my support hand's coming up to get that marriage, and then I'm fully extending out and looking down the sights. So it's very simple like that with the outside the waistband. But now let's look at same position but inside the waistband. So with inside the waistband, we're still here at the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock position, but we're just, under garment and, inside our pants here with an inside the waistband holster. This holster is from our good friends Rain City Tactical. We have both outside the waistband and inside the waistband holsters from them, which we really like, and we run here as well here at Bird Tactical. So with inside the waistband, looking at this position, everything's the same. It's just now I have a garment that I've added to the equation. So what I want you guys to be able to do is run this withdrawing eventually once you're getting proficient at with just one hand, getting the garment out of the way and getting to your gun with one hand. I'm going to show you first two hand because you're probably going to have to practice that way at first, but then the second ramp that I show you will be one hand. So same thing, my hands are dropping down, I'm getting rid of the garment or sweeping a jacket out of the way or something. Grabbing this gun, I'm getting a good grip on it. It might not be as perfect as I want it to be, say with an outside the waistband, because it is tucked into my body. So my thumb might not actually be able to get fully around it, but I still want to get as good as I can grip out of it. Obviously, I want to be able to get my gun out fast, so if I'm dealing with any threat, I want to do that and not really struggle too much with trying to get a perfect grip out. Still dropping the elbow. The hand is probably going to be around the garment, or something like that. Getting that marriage as I'm extending out, and I'm right there, extended and ready to take a shot. So we see everything's the same with it. It's just I have to get a garment out of the way. So dropping down, I'm getting it out of the way, maybe, holding it up with my thumb as I'm grabbing the gun out, dropping the elbow, the marriage of the hands, and extending out, just like that. Everything simple and exactly the same. Now we'll see how it looks with appendix carry. So with appendix carry, everything's the same. We're still concealed carrying. It's still inside the waistband. We've just moved from 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock position to the 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock position, okay? With this rig, this is my everyday carry rig that I'm running. I have a holster here from Core Concept, some awesome friends we have, that I'm running for handgun and a magazine, okay? They have awesome holsters as well for outside and inside the waistband. Now, with appendix carry, everything's the same. I'm still looking at this garment that I'm wanting to either remove with 2 hands, using my support hand, and then getting to my gun with my dominant hand, or just running with my dominant hand, getting that garment out of the way, grabbing my pistol. I'm then drawing it, getting it out, dropping the elbow, and then it's probably going to be, sideways in some way, pointed towards the threat, oriented there, but then as I'm extending out, the marriage is happening as it's kind of rotating towards the threat like that. So everything else is the same. Literally, appendix carry, I'm just getting the garment down, getting out of the way, gripping, drawing it out, dropping my elbow, getting that marriage as it's extending out, and ready to pull that trigger. So there it is, guys, the simple drawing of the holster. You need to practice this, something that is not places going to happen maybe at a range. So practice this at home. Do dry fire. You'll see a video that is going to talk about dry fire very shortly. Take care, guys. Practice this to better your reactive defense.